let us continue our Python journey further. So what we'll do is that we'll basically uh, talk about data structures in Python. So there are different types of data structures in Python. So there are four different type of data structures in Python. One is list, the other is dictionaries, the other is sets, the other is tuples. So there are four different types of data structures in Python. So I have written what? I have written this in hash. So hash represents what? Hash represents,
Comments.
yes, correct. Yes, represents comments in Python. So comments are what? Non-readable code in Python. So non-readable code in Python means what? Non-readable code in Python means whatever you write in English language or any language, it won't read it. Let us write in what? Let us write it in Hindi. For example, so it won't read it. So this is what it is. So these are what comments in Python. So today what we'll do is that we'll start with the basic data structures in Python. So we'll look at the first data structure in Python, which is list. List. Just a second. Okay. So let me tell you, lists are what? Lists are very much important in Python. Lists are so much important in Python that they are asked in every interview, every company's interview, be it from startup to Google. From startup to Google, every other company or every big tech company asks what? Lists in Python. So please listen carefully. So A is what? A is a variable. Equal to is what? Equal to is our assignment operator. And this is what? This is what? This is our square bracket. Alright, this is our square bracket. So square bracket represents what? Represents list. Now if I want to, let's say, print list, I'll print using this print A, or if any list or any number we want to print in Jupyter notebooks, we can also print with the variable A. So this is what it is. All right. So this is what? This is an empty list. Now we are discussing what? List. Now let us talk what? Let us talk about that whether we want to know it is a list or not. Whether we want to know whether it is a list or not. So how will we do that? We'll do that with the help of type. Type is what? Type is a command. No. And as we saw earlier, we saw integer, we saw uh, string, we saw boolean, we saw float. All right, so this is what it is. All right, so it is showing us type A is equal to list. So that means list is also, of course, list is a list. List is a set of homogeneous elements in a single dimension, as to what the textbook says. But list are also what? They are also sequential data types. sequential data types. So this is what it is. Lists are also what? They are sequential data types. Why do we call it sequential? Because they follow a straight sequence. Right? They follow what? They follow a straight sequence. So we created an empty list over here. Now what we'll do is that we'll basically enter some elements 5, 2, 7, 4, 1. We can also print just by writing a over here. We can also print like this. We can also print like this. We can also print discretely like this. And again, it will show us as what? It will show us as list. So this is what a list is about. All right. So we look at two or three of the basic functions of list. So list also has certain functions. That is where our while learning functions, while practicing on problems, different types of na, different types of logics appear, different types of question appear in your mind. So this is what it is. All right. So we'll look at our first list function, which is what? Append. All right. So a dot append. Append does what? It adds one element to the last position of the list. So this is what. Let's say we want to add 1000. So what will happen is that this is our list A. The name of the list is A. So what we'll do is that we'll basically append 1000. So 1000 will be added to the last position of the list. 1000 will be added to the last position of the list. So what we'll do is that press shift plus enter and print A. So as you can see in the updated list, 1000 has been added up in the last position of the list. It always adds to the last position of the list. So this is what it is. All right. Next, what we'll do is that so this is what our append function is. You keep it will only add a single element. It will only add a, as I said, it adds one element only to the last position of the list. Let's add one more. Let's say I want to add, say, 5000. So it has added what? It has added 5000. So this is what it is. It has added 5000. All right. Any doubts in this? Any doubts in this?
हेलो
क्या
सर
चीज?
ये स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट कब यूज करते हो ये कर्व ब्रैकेट कब यूज करते हैं जैसे कि आपने अपेंड में कर्व ब्रैकेट यूज किया है करेक्ट और इसके पहले आपने स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट यूज किया है
Okay. So the question is, so when do we use square brackets and when we use the C-shaped brackets, the parentheses? So we use square brackets while defining a list, and we use parentheses while we are entering a value in a function, in a list function or a command. That is when we use parentheses.
ओके सर
Yes. So pop is what? Pop is adds, sorry, removes one element to the so pop empty parenthesis. I'm not talking about any value inside the parenthesis as of now. That we'll talk tomorrow. So empty parenthesis a dot pop, and it will do what? It will remove the last element, one element at the last position of the list. So it will remove 5000. If we print our updated list, as you can see, it has removed 5000. Similarly, if I write a dot pop, again it will remove what? It will remove 1000. It will remove 1000. So a, press shift plus enter. The updated list will be back to its original list that we created above, which is 52741. 52741. Right. So this is what it is.